Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Shadowlands leveling. Now this video is turning into something that I didn't plan on before because this is the first time I leveled since they nerfed the amount of XP you get by a decent amount. And so I'm leveling this solo as an alliance character with the 30% war mode XP bonus, right? So this is like the max XP you can have, and it is not enough experience. So I went into this thinking I'm going to inform people the exact amount of time it's going to take to level in each zone. How if you're doing mostly the main quests and everything like that. But what I actually come to the conclusion of is that it cannot go live the way it is right now. There's multiple reasons for that, and we'll get into some of those here rather shortly. So basically, when I went through, I did every campaign quest. Obviously, you have to do those, and then I also did all the wanted quests. So, like, go kill this rare enemy or go kill this wanted enemy. They're not always rare or elite. So I did any of those, and I also did any side quest that didn't involve me like traveling very far. So if I just had to talk to people in the town that I was in, I would do those side quests. And then I also did like the bonus events. Like if I was there anyways, I just do those. There's pretty much no reason not to. So I did all those as well. So I did quite a bit of extra stuff. I just didn't do like, hey, go to this northwest area where you haven't been before and kill like 20 things and loot 10 things. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do those side quests. So I did quite a bit. And again, I was a full level away, and it's like almost 500,000 experience, I think. I think it might be over 500,000 experience to ding from 59 to 60, even while doing that. So this is a huge issue. I do not think it will go live this way. Fortunately, I don't think they can do that. It just will not work. Because even if you're Alliance, I was actually reading there are forum posts about this. So like a Horde character or just someone with War Mode off, let's say you don't want to level with War Mode, you can do every single quest and only be level 57 when you finish, which isn't good. So I do not think this will go live. I think this will get fixed rather quickly. And the good news is it is a pretty free flowing experience for the most part. And I'll go over some of the things since I did keep track of everything. I can kind of tell you which ones feel the best, which ones feel the worst as far as leveling and stuff like that. And I do, assuming they change this, and I might do, if they do change it, I will do my leveling path if anyone wants to kind of work off of that. But if they do end up changing the experience to more, so it's not so awful. But the first introductory quests are great as far as it's a fairly quick experience overall. There's a little bit too much chatter with the NPCs, I guess you'd say, where you're just kind of standing there for too long. I don't think that feels great. They did fix some of that actually, but it is still ever present. Especially stuff involving Jaina. But overall, that first zone is only going to take you like about 36 minutes or so, half hour, let's say, to do that first zone. And then you'll also get your first level in there. Even with the current crappy experience, you'll get your first level in there. And again, I think you'll get a level plus in there. I think initially you're getting 2 levels in the intro or close to it, at least as like an alliance with war mode on. You're getting close to 2 levels at one point. I don't think it has to be that high, but I think it might end up being maybe directly in the middle of that. When you go to Bastion, Bastion isn't too bad. It's actually more in line with the rest of them. So I'd say Bastion, Ardenweld, and Revendreth all are pretty good. Revendreth takes a little bit longer, I guess. So Bastion and Ardenwald are they're actually, that makes sense too. They're probably my favorite 2 zones to level in. They're also probably the quickest 2 zones. The stuff is kind of more has a nice feel to it. So you're going. It makes sense. You go to this place, do all this stuff. This place, do all this stuff, and you're not like going back to the previous place a lot. You're working out of the new hub and you're doing everything there. Whereas in Maldraxxus, you're going back and forth a lot. In Revendreth, you're not going back and forth a ton, but there's just, for whatever reason, it seems like you're on a wild goose chase the whole time, and it ends up taking just quite a long time I think there also are just more quests there as well, trying to get you to 60 if you aren't. But again, under the current XP, you're going to be hard pressed to do that without doing pretty much every side quest you can find, and that's just not what I like to do. Again, what I recommend doing without, you know, again, I'm assuming they're going to change the XP because I just don't think that this can go live like this. But I'm assuming that you will be able to just do mostly the campaign quests. If they do kind of do the meet in the middle thing, where it's not as high of XP as a previous build, but in the middle of where it is between then and now, I think you probably could just do the campaign quests. But especially in Bastion, there's a couple wanted quests. There's a bonus event quest that are just right there on you. You might as well do those. And in I believe it's in Revendreth, there's a few wanted quests that are really easy to do too if you feel like you're a little bit low. But anytime there's those quests, I definitely recommend just doing them because they're really easy. In this expansion, when you open a treasure chest, you might get like a few experience, but you might also get like a quest item to go turn that in, and that'll give you extra experience. So those are worth turning in as well most of the time. And sometimes those in like Maldraxxus, one of those will lead you to some really easy XP quests that I did. So you might want to do those. Like anything that's easy, like talk to 3 people and then like go give them a potion. That's literally what one of the quests is. And then just go kill a boss guy, like a wanted quest to finish that up. So it ends up being like 2 regular quests of experience and then like a wanted quest, which is extra experience, a elite quest, whatever. And so that ends up being like 5 minutes of time and quite a bit of experience. So those ones are definitely worth it. I definitely recommend doing that. I will go over my time since I did keep track of the times for this. It obviously, for the most part, ascends as you go up. There's a little bit of a difference there on my 7th level, so 57. But I expect all these times to go down, by the way. So if you think these times are a little bit too overwhelming, I expect all these times to go down because I do expect them to change it. They have to change it. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be pretty if they don't change it because it's going to be way too much fighting, especially with the war mode on. And without war mode on, you're just not going to make it there. So my first level, I kind of mentioned this already, was 36 minutes, 36 seconds. My second level was 40 minutes, 29 seconds. My third level was 46 minutes and 11 seconds. My 4th level went down a little bit, 45 minutes and 59 seconds. Almost the same, actually. My 5th level, that's where it shot up a good amount, was an hour and 5 minutes and 57 seconds. My 6th level was an hour and 8 minutes and 14 seconds. Then I shot down a little bit, and we got to Ardenweld, because Ardenweld's, like I said, a lot like Bastion. It's a lot more free-flowing there. 52 minutes and 31 seconds. And then my 8th level was an hour and 16 minutes and 55 seconds. My 9th level was an hour, 20 minutes, and 46 seconds. Now that also includes being 2 bars into 59. So it was my 9th level plus 2 bars. That's where I just happened to be at that time. And I think at the current rate, I probably would have had another 80 minutes or so on top of the 2 bars I already had. So probably 80 to 84 minutes for the final level at this current XP. I just think this is going to be lower. Maybe they can't cut it in half. Maybe they cut it by 3/4 or something like that. I mean, you could cut it in half, I guess, but it actually doesn't feel that bad, especially the first couple levels. If you can sit down and play, I would say this: if you can sit down and play for 2 hours, I think you'll get 3 or 4 levels when this actually goes live. Maybe even more. Maybe you'll get 5 levels if you can even sit down for 2 hours. I think this will probably end up being and I'm not talking about the speed levelers that have everything mapped out perfectly. I'm talking about average people, right? So I think this will end up being like a 5 to 10 hour leveling experience for the players. Obviously, if you log off for a while and you get the rested, that'll help you out as well. Not everybody has to do it in one sitting. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. Previously, I've never been able to, simply because the server goes down at some point or another, and I just say, well, forget about it. and come back the next day. But I really was looking forward to finishing all of BFA in one sitting, but I wasn't able to because of my server going down. But I think it's overall pretty good. I think on average it'll be, well, by the current times, your first 4 are gonna fly by, and then your last 6 are gonna be with hopefully changes, they'll at least be less than an hour. So less than an hour for each of them, and so you're looking at 8 hours maybe on average then, if they kind of responsibly lower it. And if they just like literally half it, because that's what the first level was, at least initially, it was pretty much half of what it is now. If they half it, then you're looking at maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, even for the average guy or girl to level up. So it's not that bad. Even now, like if there were just more quests, it wouldn't be that bad. It's just the complete lack of quests. I'm not even against the time of it right now. Like if the 10th level was 84 minutes, so an hour and 24 minutes, I'd be fine with that as long as I have quests to do, but I currently don't. So hopefully they fix it. Get on the forums and tell them they need to fix the XP. It's not working out. I'm sure they already know it, but it doesn't hurt to tell them. There's other people on the forum saying the same thing. It's just not correct right now. They need to fix this. It needs to get tested on the beta fixed as well, and we're running out of time for that. So please, reach out. You can tweet at them. You can Facebook them, whatever you use. You can comment on their YouTube. I don't know how much they'll check that, but the forums are probably the best bet. And mention that the leveling needs fixed. It's currently they either need to add more campaign quests or more wanted quests everywhere that are worth doing, or they need to, lower the amount of XP you need to level up. So that's about it on this one. If they do fix it, I will kind of actually go through my actual leveling the way I want to level up, because I've done it 3 times now, and I know what I want to do to level up exactly, the quests that I want to do, but hopefully they allow me to do that by lowering the XP needed. I'm still doing plenty of extra stuff, so that's all I ask for, is that I don't have to do every single side quest while I level up with war mode on and 30% XP bonus. And heaven forbid you're someone who doesn't want to play with war mode on, then you're just not allowed to level up. So hopefully they fix this. I'm not usually critical of Blizzard, but this isn't being critical. This is just the realistic facts right now. That's just not okay, and it needs to be fixed. So yeah, that's about it for this one. Please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.